Welcome to African Gardening. What I want to do now is just to let you know, how do you know when my soursop fruit is ripe? Some people leave it and it gets ripened and it gets spoiled on the trees, because when you leave your soursop to be too ripe on the trees, number one, the birds, the bats, because of the aroma that comes out of it, because of the smell, they get attracted to the tree and they will come and eat your fruit. You need to harvest your fruit before it gets too soft. And when it gets too soft on the tree, it falls off. When it gets too ripe on the tree, your fruit will fall off and then it's going to just be scattered on the ground. You don't want that, because you've spent a whole lot of time taking good care of the tree. So you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So here I have a few of them still left from the previous harvest. So this is not ripe. This is not ripe. And how do you know it's not ripe? Number one, it's very hard. Number two, look at the spikes. The spikes on the fruit, they're close together. They're close together. Then the size of the fruit. I mean, normally soursop, it gets, when this is ripe, it gets about almost 3 to 4 times, even 5 times this size, sometimes 6 times. Right. Oh, this one is still growing. This is not ripe. This is not ripe. Of course, it's still small. Of course, when it ripens, it gets large. This one is not yet ripe. Still got a little bit of growing to do. You can see the spikes are still together. You can see this as well. The spikes are still there. Look at this as well. It's not yet ripe. Look at that. There's one there. It's not ripe. That one too is not ripe. All right. So let's come up here. Let's come up here and see this. This one is not ripe. So this is too small. Some people harvest it at this stage. And the reason why they do that is that, maybe they don't want it to, they don't want people to steal it or some other reason. And why they can still sell it is because it will have, if you harvest at this time, it will still ripen. However, the fruit will not be sweet. The reason is that soursop is a climacteric fruit. Climacteric fruits, they ripen after you remove them from a tree. Mango is a climacteric fruit. There's a whole lot of climacteric fruits. There are other fruits that are non-climacteric, like pomegranate. If you harvest the pomegranate, it stops ripening. It will not ripen again. So, like I said, soursop is a climacteric fruit. So when you harvest, even if it's not totally ripe, it will ripen, after you have harvested it from a tree. So now you've seen this. Also note the color as well. It's dark green. So the color, how you know it's very hard. The spikes, they're close together, they're about 1 centimeter, and then the color is still dark green. I mean, this was the color when it started forming into a fruit. So let's go to the ripe one now. So look at this. So this is a ripe soursop fruit. Look at the gaps. The gaps between the spike, they are twice the gaps between the other soursop fruit I just showed you. And you can see the color too has turned light. And if I push it, you can see it is very soft. For me, this is how I like my soursop. A whole lot of people harvest it just few days before it starts getting soft, and I don't blame them. If you're shipping, if you're actually harvesting to sell, that means you might need to ship it to other parts of your location or places that are far away from your location. You might need to ship it to places that are far away from your location. So in that case, you don't want it to get too soft. If it gets too soft, it might get damaged, or it will get damaged during transportation. But for me, I love it like this when it's already slightly soft. At this stage, all the sugar production is at maximum, the size is at maximum, and the fruit is guaranteed to be super, super delicious. Like this, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. Of course, if you leave it to get more ripe than this, you're going to attract even fruit flies, and or other birds will come, because the aroma will attract them, and it will fall off. When it gets so ripe, it falls off and gets scattered on the ground, and you don't want that to happen to you. So this is how you know. And again, people might be wondering, how come the shape is like this? This is the normal shape of a fully pollinated soursop flower. Any other soursop fruit that is looking ugly and does not have this a conical shape, that means the pollination was not complete. So there are two ways to get a complete pollination of a soursop flower: either by having an efficient pollinator like a scarab beetle, but in many places these beetles are not available, so it's ants and other insects that does the pollination. As a lot of people think bees pollinate soursop flowers. Bees do not pollinate soursop flowers because bees, they are too big to even enter into the flower when it opens for pollination, and the aroma of the soursop flower, it does not attract bees. So the other way to get a complete pollination is by hand pollination. So with hand pollination, you can easily have a complete pollination. You can watch my other videos. You will see the entire, the 80 fruits I got from this tree. So this is the last batch, and part of the last batch, and you can see the size. This is very, very big. Also, you should note that there are no pests on it. Why? I use pesticides. So, of course, the pesticide I use, what I do before I spray them before I harvest. I make sure I'm harvesting the fruits after the pre-harvest interval has elapsed. So the last pesticide I used was phosphatyl aluminum. It's a very, very good fungicide. It prevents anthracnose and lots of fungal infections. So I applied it about 3 weeks ago. It has a pre-harvest interval of 2 weeks, so it's safe to eat this now. I have my cutter here. And we're just gonna harvest this beautiful soursop fruit. I'm using, so you get a tool like this. So when you have this kind of a cutter, it's easier to harvest the soursop fruit. So we're going to harvest in this right now. Whoa! Oh my God. This is heavy. Oh, smells heavenly. You see, that's why you need to have fruit trees in your house. Why? Because it allows you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Look at this. This guy is huge. This guy is huge. Look at that. This guy is huge. All right, so we're going to be weighing this now. My guess is this guy weighs close to 5 pounds. So we're going to find out. So this is our scale. It's on 0. Check it out. Can you see 0 there? So this is in kilograms. So that's 0. So we're just going to put it now. So we're going to put it and see what it is. Wow, this is 2.2 kilograms. So this is 2.2 kilograms. So if you want to convert that to pounds, let me check if this guy allows us to convert to pounds. So that's about 4.13 pounds. It's about 4.13 pounds. Yes. That's heavy. That's heavy. Pause. Well ripened. Look at the body. You can see the body. It's beautiful. It doesn't have any black spots. So this is the ultimate specimen of what a soursop fruit should look like. You can see there's no insects, no infection, and this is gonna be super delicious. It's gonna be super delicious. I wish you could join me to enjoy this delicious fruit. So I encourage you to plant fruit trees in your house, soursops, all kinds of fruit trees, so that you can enjoy the fruit of your labor. Thank you.